Hi, my name is Miriam Akhavan-Tafti, and I'm a finalist for my Brooklyn Nine-Nine spec entitled Fugu. So this is not the first script I've written. I write quite a bit and quite often. This script, however, has a very atypical history for me. I had actually written it 2-3 years ago. And when I wrote it 2-3 years ago, it was called Fancy Maggot Cheese. And I put it in a bunch of contests and not a lot happened. And then I revisited it about half a year ago, and I realized that it was still alive. There were some casting changes in Brooklyn Nine-Nine that had to be addressed in my spec. Very few series stories that had to be kind of addressed. But the plot of my spec was still viable, and that's very rare. Typically when you write a spec for a TV show, you're lucky if it survives the season. So I decided to give it another chance. When I wrote it 2-3 years ago, sitting in the chair, it took about 3 days, which is a little long for me to write a spec. And then when I revised it, it took about 5 hours to revise. So the reason why I wrote this story, it was very character driven. I think that Charles Boyle of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is just an awesome character. I think he's self-effacing, decent, brave, intelligent, and I really wanted to write a story that would celebrate him. And I thought that the best way to do it was to make him a primary in an illegal gourmet food case where he'd get to try fugu, which is Japanese pufferfish that can be poisonous if prepared incorrectly, and that he would show his bravery and get to eat fun foods or weird foods. And I thought that that was just the best way to celebrate this strange, brave guy. So as for why I entered the contest, I'm a big fan of television. You can ask anybody. I just watch TV all the time. And as for a TV show I'd like to write for, I am a huge fan of Chuck Lorre. So any single project that he's working on, I'd love to work on. But I would also like to take a crack at Bob's Burgers. I think it's a really, for a show as campy as it is, it's pretty real in the dynamic of a nuclear family. So anyway, thank you so much for your time. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity.